harvesting the second crop of the asparagus. Just cutting from the below the soil. 2, 3. I'll take a few here. It's very tempting. That's the reason I'm taking a few. I'll leave those to grow a little bit bigger later. Okay, in total 1, 2, 3, and this is the crop for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 asparagus spears for dinner tonight. Besides the cabbage and the carrots and all the other things that we have from the previous batch. Going to enjoy them. Show my woolly hand. Here it is. Okay, finished. Thank you. Okay, this is the asparagus bed, and as you see, the first spears are appearing. And I was cleaning it from the weeds, and I have to add some soil on top of it because some of it has been dug up by the chickens, and I will add some soil. Asparagus bed in 2015. I worked on that last year, and this part of the asparagus bed, this part was from the seed that I had sown myself, and this part's about the crowns from the oldie. And as you see, this part, because it has been probably dug by the chickens, they don't look very happy. But the ones that I grow from my own seeds, they look all right. I grow them from seed in first year, then I planted them here, second year. Anyway, that's what's going on. Okay, this is the first year that I'm going to harvest some of our asparagus. I planted them last year, and the front row was from I bought it from Aldi. The back row here, almost near the center now, you see, are the ones that I planted, I sown from the seed. I planted them after one complete season of negligence in a pot, drying completely. Then I just put the crowns there. I was not hopeful they will be alive yet. But now you see they're alive, and I think I will have 3 or 4 spears today. I can harvest it and see what happens next. That is nice. Beautiful asparagus bed. I just cleared it this year after the whole damage from the summer by the chickens. They were digging there just to take a dust bath. Now, and then the roots were exposed. I put some manure on top of it, so now they're growing back delightfully. It's a lovely day in the allotment. Going through the bird net. Where the sun was. The moment you talk about it, it goes. Harvesting asparagus. You have to put a knife below the soil level and cut it sharp. Okay, that's one. Now the second one. Asparagus here. Spears harvesting for the first one. First time. Yes, thank you. This one. Thank you. At the end, I will look at all of them. Yeah, you can do with that one also. Just this bigger one. Yes, please. Be careful with the little one. That's great. So, how many you have now? Can you show me all of them?
4.
Lovely. I think that will be a meal for one person. And that is our first harvest of our asparagus. Can you put it in the stove just so take a little picture? That's lovely. Oh, that's beautiful. We missed those ones. Now they have become fern than these ones. But we have more here. They will be ready next several days. One is there ready. Several others are coming also. So we have a harvest anyway. Yeah, they are coming here also. So lovely. The first asparagus crop ever at the second year of the planting of the asparagus crowns in our allotment. God willing, those beds will give us for the next 20 years many crops. Last day, it was up to here. Just one day passed and they grew more than 1 inch. We're about 2 inch. So, just shows that timing is very important when you harvest your asparagus. I hope they will grow back again because we cut this thing, they will grow back and give some more spears. I will not cut those ones probably, or should I cut when they come? I will cut for a few times, then after that I will let them to grow. And for cooking them, I'm going to look at the recipe book, Allotment recipe book, just to see what we can do with this. But suppose you can roast them or boil them in the water and then put butter on them, something like that. Anyway, we will see how we will eat that. That is the yummy crop for the year 2015. Today is May 4th, the bank holiday. Okay, harvesting the second crop of the asparagus. Just cutting from below the soil. 2, 3. I'll take a few here. It's very tempting. That's the reason I'm taking a few. I will leave those to grow a little bit bigger later on. Okay, in total 1, 2, 3. And this is the crop for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 asparagus spears for dinner tonight. Beside the cabbage and the carrots and all the other things that we have from the previous batch. Going to enjoy that. Show my woolly hand. Here. Okay, finished. Thank you. Asparagus bed is doing alright. I've added 2 buckets of the manure in the beginning of the year. I mean, March, I mean. And now it's doing well. The spears are coming one by one. But what we have to do is to keep on top of the weeding. The weeds should not be let grow beyond this size because they will overwhelm the little asparagus. Asparagus cannot compete with these ones. So that's what I'm doing. It's difficult holding the telephone at the same time reading, but I try to do. You see, this is small bits. Should be moved. So if you want to have crop, you have to remove the weeds because they compete for the sunshine, the food, the water, everything. You should not let them outcompete the asparagus. Keep on top of the weeding, and asparagus will give you crop, at least for several weeks. This is the second year of this asparagus bed. I have 1 year and 2 months probably. This part of it, I grew it from seed, these ones, and this part of it about the plants, the actual crowns you call them. They're like tentacles of an octopus. Very thinner when you plant them, and yeah, seems both of them are doing well. Okay, keeping on top of the weeds. How can I go that side? Practically I have trapped myself. Now here. You know, I'm doing this between the other jobs. So I do a little bit sowing, I do a little bit manuring, feeding the chickens. So keeping the free spirit happy, not just forcing myself to do all the time one thing, because that's the whole point. I used to do that a lot. I realize I'm coming here, I'm working like a slave, and I'm not doing anything for myself, so I try to chillax. When I saw Mr. David Cameron in this difficult job, is enjoying himself yet, why not me? He just go and improve our economy, and we do take care of the rest of the things. Hopefully. Okay, asparagus bed. Beautiful day with my lovely carpeted skirt of the polytunnel, looking at a lovely star all of us adore. The beautiful star, we call it sun. We love you, sun. This is the asparagus bed. It is its second year. The front row, closer to the camera, is the ones that I bought as a crown from Aldi, and the back row, you see them smaller. These are the ones that grown from seed. I had 2 harvests for the first year, first time this year. So now I let it to grow, the ferns grow. And as you see, I've given these little flowers. So the the main thing about the asparagus bed is that to clear it from the weeds, and I'm doing it. Those weeds you see they don't have any connection to the soil anymore. The roots, I have uprooted it, and now, as you see, they're grown up more than 1 meter, probably about 120 or about 4 feet. And yeah, next year I will have more crop, and gradually it will pick up. This bed is about 1 meter by 1 meter, so that is my only asparagus bed. If I want to add anything, I have to do it in another place. At the moment I don't have that space available, so this space will be for the next 20 years. We let the asparagus bed rest a little bit this year. I harvested a few spears, but I just let it have a rest so it will be prepared for next year. And I try to protect it with this plastic netting. And it seems it works, because the chickens were coming and digging there, using it as a dust bath. But we didn't want this happen. And now you see they're about 1.5 meters or more, 6 foot high. Yeah, this is the first asparagus bed we have created here. I love beautiful colors of the autumn. This is a rose, and this is our first asparagus bed. For the first year, I think that this is now has grown really tall. That is about 1.5 meters. So next year I think that I can get a really good crop from this bed. I have another bed which I planted this year, and this one is now 3 years old, so hopefully we will have a good crop. What I will do is now I will first cut the ferns of the asparagus down to the ground level. That I will remove all the weeds, and then after that I will cover it with a layer of the manure or compost. Then I cover it for the spring, and hopefully in May and June we will have some good crop of the asparagus. Taste of asparagus, let me describe it. It's something between broad bean and cabbage, something is more like broad bean, actually, more like a broad bean. Beautiful flower. This is a plant I bought. I think what's the name of it. Anyway, there's a name for it. Okay, now I have cleared the asparagus bed from the weeds, and I placed the black cardboard on top of it, and then to hold it down so the chickens and wind cannot lift it, I have placed a pallet that I had here, and hopefully that will be holding it down until the next spring. Beautiful rose. What's the name of this rose? Faithful Friend, model shrub roses. Okay. I think I bought this from the Lidl or Aldi. Yeah, probably Aldi, yes. And it gives a very open, loose rose. Pinkish, not much aromatic, but it's beautiful. Anyway, autumn colors are also beautiful. This is the second asparagus bed that I have. I planted this in 2016 from plants that I bought, I think from the anyway, one of the nurseries. And they were not as strong as the ones I bought from the Aldi, but anyway, they grew, and now I've covered it. I've weeded it. I've added 1 bag of manure, and then I covered it, and hopefully give me some good crop next year. There are a few bald patches on it that the plants, the crown of the asparagus that I planted in the spring, in winter last year, actually this year, they didn't grow well. So I may just get a few ones from the Aldi when they bring it, of course, and plant it there.